You've seen Slapchop, but you haven't seen it like this. Today we're speed painting with Pro Acryl's transparent paints, and the results are insane. How do speed paints make Slapchop better, and can they replace contrast paints or speed paints? That's the question we're going to try to answer today. So we all know what a good zenithal prime looks like. It looks exactly like this guy, where you take your primer base of black and then you take a dry brush and you hit it with some white or some various other grays to make a good transition. We used this model in our last experiment where we kind of seen if the Pro Acryl's newish could be used like an oil wash to create a zenithal look, and I say we definitely created that. Side by side, you don't get like the weird transition. It's like a little bit of a different color, how they stand up to these transparent paints. So let's go ahead and get to it and get down to the paint can. All right, again, here's a little closer look at our models we're going to be working with today. We're going to paint this guy right here more of a greeny brown, and this guy is going to be more of a brownie, and I'm thinking more like a fall kind of colors going on. So the paints that we have on standby right now are transparent brown, transparent yellow, transparent orange, transparent green, and some white just in case we need to dilute one of these. So like I said, let's go ahead and get right to it. All right, we got our palette all loaded up, so let's go ahead and start on this guy. The easy answer is to start with the brown. I'm just gonna, actually, let's wet my brush a little bit there. There we go, that's better. Well, let's go ahead and just get started here. It's gonna be easy downstrokes. Too easy, we're going for more of a speed paint style. What's great about this is we're not really worried about it streaking or anything like that, because if it did streak, it would just look even better because he's wood. But we don't want it to be thick in any place where it's not supposed to be, and we want to make sure it gets in all the little cricks and cracks. We're really gonna slather this guy up and try not to lose any detail. Well, I would say that looks pretty good already. We'll come back when he is fully brown. Well, I'd say that definitely worked. He's still got to dry. He's obviously still really wet. There's some areas I can still probably pull some of the moisture out of, but the zenithal look definitely came through. I can't wait to see what this looks like here in a few minutes when it dries a little bit more. But let's go ahead and get started on his fall vibe. So we're going to use this kind of orange. Just going to straight mix with the yellow. Pull it all over the place. We're kind of just gonna alternate yellows and oranges and splooches. All right, we'll come back when this is almost done. It's looking good already. All right, he's definitely got to dry some more again, but he's looking really good. It took an air dryer to him there for a minute, but still got some really wet spots, but I kind of like it. We're definitely gonna have to give him something to make his eyes a little bit more vibrant. I'm really happy with these results so far. But it's time to switch to this other model. It's gonna be a little bit more green on this guy. So let's be right back when we get him switched over. All right, I haven't worked with this green yet, but we got it all loaded up. I'm not quite sure what this is gonna look like, so we might have to kill this off with some brown or maybe even some white to kind of change it up. So we're gonna start back on his legs here to kind of see. Oh yeah, that is bright. That is almost like a tealy color. I'm not hating it, but it's more like a tealy green than a green. I don't know how to define that. Oh, yellow and blue makes green. So let's add some yellow to this. All right, we're gonna add some yellow to this, just a little bit. Let's get this mixed up. Let's see. We get more of like a foresty green is what I was really going for. And we'll hit it up on the other leg. Yeah, that's more like the green I was thinking I wanted him to look like. All right, let's go ahead and start hitting him up with this very bright green. I'm gonna try not to get on these like twig looking areas, but if I do, it's not the end of the world. Get his green done and we'll be right back. This is that part of the video where I ask you to subscribe. And if you haven't already, go ahead and go down to the comments and leave your favorite tree-like, fall-like emoji. All right, overall, I'm actually really happy with how these came out for doing something probably in 2 models within 10 minutes. Probably, I probably didn't even spend 10 minutes each on these. Um, Go a little thinner next time if I try an experiment like this. I was able to get some various colors with this, but with this green came out really dark, which I don't actually mind for this model. And wait a little bit between painting the green and the browns. I'd have been a little bit better off also, but using a different and new type of paint. Never really used these. This is the most I've used these transparent paints. I've never really used transparent paints before, so it was also kind of like an experiment. And it's right in time for the fall season. I'd say this is pretty good. All right, have you used these Pro Acryl or any transparent, not technically like contrast paints and the speed paints that we're used to, but have you used paints, transparent paints to do a zenithal slap chop of any kind? Let me know down in the comments your results, and what would you do different if you tried this experiment yourself, and if you have, what did you do to get better results the next time? Let me know down in the comments below, and I'll see you in the next one. Every stroke of the brush and swing of the blade adds character to your miniature. YouTube thinks you'll like this video right here, and if you'd like to subscribe, click this button right here.